is quite lovely. So yeah, apart from 4-wave, ORGANELLE also has 4-wave FM pre-installed. So if you want to do some dubstep, that's totally possible with 4-wave FM. It's a real fart machine, this thing is. So yeah, so nothing really to add here apart from, you know, you have your, oh, you have algorithms, -1, +1. Okay, let me just try whatever this is. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm assuming this is the one, yeah. Oh, algo +1, -1. Okay, let's try this. Well, that's quite cool. So this is something that I didn't know before. Maybe because I just don't give it enough time. So yeah, you can change the algos with this and you get slight variation on your sound source. So yeah, that's quite interesting. But apart from that, it's a 4-wave synth, nothing really that much to add, you know, unless it's additive synth when you add the frequencies. So very West Coasty. Let's just, well, we won't start with the transpose. Let's just... So you have a few of presets here. Like Dirty Saw. And let's just transpose it to 2 octaves down. Well, that sounds like an alien ship. Do we have anything that's particularly interesting here? No, not really. We only have latch and, you know, your basic sequencer type stuff. All right, let's just move on. Analog style. I think this is something that Loopop used in his video on the ORGANELLE. But I could be wrong. And it's basically just your digital emulation of analog oscillator. So if you want to do, you know, documentaries from the 80s, or you just want to vibe with those analog horror YouTube videos, this might be the path for you. So it's quite lovely, actually. Okay, so we got chill time. Oh, I remember this monstrosity. Hey. So, you know, looking at the graphical interface and the, you know, the lovely artwork that's on this little screen here, and then just moving the knobs, so you know, you can get something that sounds rather nice, but as soon as you start mingling stuff, you get the mothership sound. So yeah, great for you, for those UFO enthusiasts. Okay, CSE multi. I can't really remember which one is this. Like, what did this do? Okay, so you have your envelope, I assume. Okay, width. envelope for your pulse width. Okay. So it's basically... Okay, and these are... So, whenever I hear this resonance, this very cheesy resonance, that just, you know... And I understand what's going on, I just never preferred that sound whatsoever, you know, at least for my own taste. It just sounds so... It's like brie cheese just spread all over. And I assume, you know, like a lot of people really enjoy this. I just always found it a bit too, I don't know, just not my thing. Okay, and then you have drone, which is basically just, you know, you start your drone here, I assume. And then it just starts doing it. And it's fairly simple, it's just a drone. The keyboard here doesn't do anything, I assume. So yeah, it's just your normal drone synth, and then we have Kia strings, which is just a, I assume just a string synth. So, if you want to do a bit of those dungeon synth albums that so gracefully, you know, make their appearance in the ambient section of Bandcamp as dark ambient or dungeon synth, or what's that, like, why do they always have like little fantasy type characters like Lord of the Rings type stuff there? I don't know, but you know, it's dungeon synth, so it should sound like a dungeon. And then we have what's this thing called? Sorry, what? lfomlog, okay? Oh, that's lovely. You have little... It's quite a powerhouse when it comes to sound design here. It's actually quite nice, you know, although it has that resonance pingeting that I'm not that much of a fan of. So you have your oscillator 1, and if you want to add, you can add oscillator 2, which you can tune it to your own accord. So yeah, that's something to spend a bit more time than today on that. Okay, then you have Lira 8, which is again... I remember this downloading this and being quite excited that, you know, you can have your own Soma Lira on the Organelle. And, you know, maybe because I just never played with a Soma Lira before, this is just a confusing mess of different stuff, which I assume makes sense for owners of said Soma Lira, but for me it's just something that I need to spend more time if I ever want to do something that would make sense. Then you have prevost, which is again something that doesn't work, at least for me, and looking at the forum posts on this, it wasn't that helpful. Maybe just my brain doesn't have the functionality to understand it right now. And then you have randomlog, which is kind of similar to that lfomlog thing. So I won't spend that much time on it. Okay, and then you have rings. Okay, so this is Mutable Instruments rings that was ported to what you call it, to the organelle. And a good thing here is that basically, you know, Mutable Instruments open sourced their stuff before they went down, meaning that you know, people can port rings, plats, and all the lovely stuff that was in the modular when it comes to Mutable Instruments, and then they kind of ported them to different platforms. One of these platforms was also ORGANELLE. So one of those lovely people basically created a rings version. And I remember quite enjoying this one. So let's say, for example, if we just make a sound here. You can change the timbre, so the brightness, the damping, the position, number of chords, which I'm still a bit confused on what that actually means. And then you have the strumming effect, which is your usual quintessential ring sound. Maybe we can just add a bit more brightness and structure. Weird. It's the only thing that I kind of find confusing here is that it always needs to be a new note. So if I want the same note, as you can hear, I'm pressing the button, yet nothing happens. But however, if I move to another note, it works just fine. So maybe this is something to do with the modular. Like I'm not a modular guy. I don't own anything that would be considered in the Eurorack way. So I, you know, haven't had the pleasure of testing out a rings before. But anyways, maybe there's something there that might. If you know the answer, let me know in the comments. But the good thing about this thing is that you also have clouds that is connected to rings. So clouds is another Mutable Instruments type module that's great for granular synthesis and stuff like that. So if you can use it. Oh. And then let's just add a bit of mix. Can I add a sequence? No, I cannot add a sequence here. But basically, you can use clouds with this thing. So it's like 2 in 1. You have your rings and you have your clouds that are kind of connected within the same patch. So that's quite a lovely stuff. Okay, and then if we go back to home and go to Juno, so this is a Juno emulation of the quintessential, you know, cult-like synth with a cult following. I meant to say, not a cult-like synth. So yeah. And with the aux cable, assume you can move through the different phases of how you want to shape your sound, which is great. And what you wanted to add. Like, you know, I'm not the biggest classical keyboard, classic synths type person. So meaning that, you know, whatever I do, I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. So that's, you know, that's part of the charm when it comes to these things. And then you have your other yeah, this is a thing that exists. Can I press sound? Does this make sound, or is it just pretty? Yeah. Okay. Well, this was a bad idea, I think. Anyways, this is a But this is great. If you like John Cage, 4 minutes, 33 seconds, this is a great one for you. And you can look at it while it does the thing that it does. So that's a cool thing. Oh, and then we're done with the D zone was basically a zone where nothing happened. So maybe this is something that I need to look into. However, moving onwards to our synth stuff, we can go to toys, which is the last of our category. So looking at my camera, it might die soon, so bear with me. I'm just gonna change. So yeah, there we go. This is Apollostation, which is a great one, I think. It's basically, you have the Apollostation where you have your synths, your drums and everything. So let's say, for example, you want to start with your lovely drums, and then you just go to Style and you go to Kit and you know, make it sound. Okay, let's say we want something that's very basic, and then we go to the synth, and we can change the waveform, which is basically, I assume it's just it's a sample based. We can change the envelope, a modulation effect, and we can add a effect. All lovely, all very, very cheesy and absolutely charming. So that's a cool. You can also have a arpeggiator. I think we have the drums here way too loud. Where's the volume? So this is quite fun if you like these types of sounds. They're always quite lovely to play with. So yeah, that's cool. And you also have the effects, which is, again, I think this is just a ported effect. Let's say, for example, if we want to add just a bit of chorus, and it goes to the whole chain, meaning that it just goes to drums as well, and you can change the effect. But I think you can just have one effect at a time. So yeah, it's a cool one. It's very lovely. It seems that a lot of work went into it, which is great. And let's just continue on with the basic poly. So if you ever play those old SNES games, or those very old, you know, down at the bottom of the bench games, and they always had like this little very, very basic sine waves type of sounds that sound really lovely. I mean, it sounds horrible, but you know, it has this lovely charm to them. So like old adventure games or old platformers. So that's quite nice. Okay, moving onwards, we have CA additive. Which is one of those sequencers which I never quite understood. But it's basically damn it, I wish I knew how this was called, because it's in the back of my tongue. It's just not coming out right now. So, yeah, If you understand this, that's awesome for you, and you can do quite a lot of lovely stuff with this. Can you latch this thing? Yeah, probably you can. Now let's go to the rule. Also, one thing I should mention here, the knobs here are quite, you know, they're a bit of tricky to get into the right section. So let's say, for example, you want 58. Oh, okay, now it happened. You just really need to be careful. But at times it just like jumps around way too much to actually be, you know, immediate is the word that I'm trying to think of now. Okay, going back to dropper. So, sounds pretty normal, right? You have your little synth, but look at this. You drop it. And you have your drop time. Let's try to do it like this. So yeah, if you want to be the fun guy at a party, you know, and you want to make a scene, you want your presence to be known, then, you know, I think this one could be a way to go. So yeah, pretty nice one. And then you have hedjam synths, which is one of the newer ones. It's basically, so you have your 4 different synths here, and this is supposed to be from a game, I think, as I remember it. So you have your chaotic strings, you have your night kisses, you have your ghost noise, and you have your kissy tone, which are just lovely titles for your synths, and you can mix them up together and just like get something interesting and something cute, I imagine, with this thing. And then you have Meet Casie XL. Which actually sounds quite lovely. And you're basically, you have your left wave and right wave, and you can move between those. And you get quite lovely sound. And then you have memory 5, whatever this is. Oh yeah, I think I remember just the fader looking things here, which were a thing that exists, which is a thing that exists. Yeah, it's nothing to write home about, at least for me. And then you have your MIDI file set. And, you know, if you ever thought about wanting to own an organelle, but you just weren't really sure enough, then the MIDI file synth is probably the best patch there is. And this is something that will change the minds of people that never gave organelle a shot and they like their OP1 field so much. But can your OP1 make this? Yeah. Or so yeah, I know it's you can be emotional if you want to, because this really is something that really pulls on your heartstrings. So yeah, this is the best patch there is on the organelle. You can thank whoever made it. write to him or them or whatever. And yeah, I'm just gonna wipe my tears and we'll move on to neswave. Okay, neswave is a chiptune type style synth. It's basically just like it says, it's neswave, it's game inspired, it's chiptune, and I think everybody loves a bit of chiptune in their life. So this is just a great and fun little synth that you can play with. And then we have nice surprises. Oh yeah, I think I love this one. So this is chiptune, but like if you really want to go Atari punk on it. And really, they are nice surprises. These are absolutely great. These are the more chiptuney it is, the funner it gets with this thing. So yeah, and oh, you also have the nice surprises, the poly version. So yeah, if you need any game sounds for your indie game, do give me a call. I think I have the right thing. And then you have phasors. I think in PD there's a phaser module, as I remember from school. But I can really, I can't remember what it does. I just remember it just sounded like, as a name phaser, just sounded quite unique in a way. So yeah, I'll have to look into that. And then you have pong, which is a thing that exists where you can play. No. Oh yeah, I'm moving this one. So and if you ever think you're bad at multitasking, which you probably are, you can try doing this. Not many brave souls have tried this and won. Oh, I actually managed. No, goddamn it. Okay, and then it's great. It's all I'm saying. It's good. And then you have your just your little music box and your little piano here. So these are more sample based, but they do sound lovely. Let me just put the decay down for it. I think they're using the same sample playback engine as the lo-fi piano. Yeah, and then you have rampi, which is were just ramps. So yeah, it sounds like it sounds. And then you have rhodi, which is, I assume this is a Rhodes, right? Remember that midi file player? I think the same sound engine is here because it... Yeah, it's probably the same sound engine. So it's rhodi, it's nice, and then you have sine surprises. Which I guess it's quite the same as nice surprises, it's just like it's based on a sine wave. Ah, that's quite lovely. I mean, I'm a big fan of sine waves. I know it's very basic, but like, they sound always great. Oh, yeah. This is basically, if you want to be very scary, so it's very, thery scary, so it's like a theremin. So for those that are making an indie horror game, you know, I can use the chiptune one and I can use this, so, you know, hire me. God knows I need the money, so, you know, just putting this out there. All right, cool. So yeah, that was mostly it. The only thing that I really wanna showcase here is for those that are on my Patreon. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. It means a whole lot. And you know, each month I try to get some nice little audio goodies to you guys that you can use. And one of the audio goodies now is gonna be just the organelle patches that I ported into the sample player that's the lo-fi piano. So I basically just changed that to these samples, and which I, you know, personally just use it for my own projects, but you can have them as well, because I think it can be quite nice. And without further ado, I'm just gonna say this: thank you so much for for joining me in tumbling and fumbling my way through these organelle patches and synth-based stuff and all that lovely jazz. And you know, do subscribe if you want to, do like the video if you want to, you can comment down below whatever you wish, just don't be rude. And you know, if you like this type of stuff, there's more to come on this channel, so be sure to subscribe and don't miss out. So anyways, I think the most important thing that I can say here is the following, and this is wait, I have it, just wait, I have it written down here. And most importantly, have a great rest of your evening, morning, or afternoon, whenever you might be watching this, and do take care. Organelle out.